Shoot for it.
All right, let's go.
Good
nice.
evening, ballers. Welcome to the 49th episode of the Stepback. It's your host, Leon Tompkins, my main man, Jacob Moses, and we're welcomed by two guests this evening, good friends, some nostalgia back in the building.
Facts.
Good man, Steve Gutman in the building, and Marcel Mercer. How you fellas doing this evening?
We good. I'm good. Just finished work, ready to decompress.
Ready to join you guys with some knowledgeable sports chat over here, man. The best face sports group in the world, man. Taking over. Get it rolling.
No doubt. Glad to have you fellas on. Last time we were live right before the All-Star break, and we got some nostalgia going. So we go way back in the day. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm good, fellas. I'm happy to be on the show. Like you said, we go way back. I watched these two young men grow up. I'm a little older than them, but we all kind of played, the same sandlot, baseball, basketball, and football. We all kind of gave each other hell. But yeah, we all grew up together. It's good to see Leon as a young father and young man holding down his family. And I'm sorry, not Leon, Jacob. And Leon, it's good to see you as well. And that you all, we all made it. We all made it to adulthood, coming from the neighborhood that we came from, but definitely one thing that kept us grounded was sports, so I'm honored to be here and, had this conversation with you guys because, you guys kind of looked up to me and now I'm just, reaching back, my hand out to help you get to your next level.
Sure.
Good. It's all good, man. Reach one, teach one, neighborhood, sticking together, and glad to have you on. Got my other man here, Steve Gutman, group member. How you feeling, evening, brother?
I'm good. I mean, we wanted to join you guys as a special guest. We get to talk sports throughout the week usually. Me, Jake, you. Just figured, maybe throw in a couple of my 10 cents in here. Get myself in the video. Hi, Mom on my TV. And just looking to enjoy a great sports show over here, man. Like, it looked like trying to get this rolling. Want to be a part of something good. Great.
Well,
Thank you. We're good,
thank you, brother. And Jake, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Work is over. Get to decompress, like Marcel said. Kids are quiet. Showtime now. Now I'm ready to go.
It's the easy part of the day, right?
That is the easy part of the day.
So I know last time when we kicked off, we had some we predicted our All-Star competition preview, and so you guys watched the All-Star game and all the skills and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely watched it. Definitely checked it out.
Yeah, I know we used to watch that back in the day, and this was nothing like back in the day. I thought this was hot trash, but
to be honest with you, I fell asleep actually on the game. I fell asleep. I wish I could show you the picture, but I basically had my hands crossed, laying just like this on the couch. Somebody took a picture and posted it, sent it to me, and I was just dying like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, it was horrible. And I guess it's just the younger thing. I guess the younger generation want to put the stars that they never seen play together. And I really don't like that. I'm an old school guy. I like East versus West. I don't like, you pick two captains and he can pick, if you just want to make it street ball, just say it's street ball. That's not really all-star to me. You want to see each star from each coast, each respective division play each other, So I guess the younger generation, they want to see all the stars playing together, that usually don't play together. But that shit was horrible.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Marcel, man. It's just, off the bat, like LeBron came out right away. He's like, nah, I don't want to do this, man. So you knew right away it was all about money. And they basically like twisted their arm, like, you know, if you got picked, like I like how what KD did. I mean, I'm saying KD is hurt, but like KD didn't even want to come to that game. He's like, yo, just put me down on the injury list anyways. I just don't even bring me in here, man, because none of the big stars wanted to run. Like LeBron proved that, like he played like 5 minutes in that game. Like it was just a waste. And I'm sorry, I was telling you guys before, but like that dunk contest, please don't do that again.
Bad. Yeah,
that was horrible.
So the dunk contest, let me just say, to the rookie, but that's all I'm gonna leave it at. You know, he that dunk that the other rookie won, where he just, I guess he was trying to kiss the ring.
Yeah.
The rim. That shit was trash. I'm like, yo, you gotta get out the Obi. Over his dad.
Yeah, they messed it up on
You
that.
know, he was trying to do what was it, Gerald Green's dunk with the cupcake?
With the cupcake, yeah.
Yeah.
But like the problem is you gotta put a slow motion on to even see that he was trying to blow a kiss at the rim. Like I'm like, it's cute, but I mean, I thought Obi's dunk was dope, and the other kid, that Simon's kid, dunks were pretty good. It was kind of interesting dunks. If there was a regular slam dunk contest, it would be a lot more fun to watch. Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
They could have done away with a whole bunch of other stuff other than whatever they did with this. But whatever, it was interesting. I get to see what's his name, Greek Freak, do some work, be perfect. It's something.
I mean, but that's probably the only time he's gonna really win anything. I mean, because he's not gonna win with that team he has, but you know he'll be a great scorer. You know, he's definitely not gonna win nothing with that team he got.
Dude was using bank all day, but he was hitting
crazy.
That glass was broken, bro. Like straight up.
Yeah, he was definitely on his game. He definitely played a good game.
Yeah. It was just entertaining. Like I said, at the end of the day, it was Mr. Turner needed some money, man. That's all it was, and they didn't care. Corporate money. That's all it is. Hopefully, next time they don't subject us to such torture.
Yeah, like I thought the whole thing was rushed. Like the dunk contest. I mean, the 3-point contest I thought is always the best.
That was good.
It's always the best part of All-Star Weekend. And Curry did his thing on the last shot. I thought for sure he was gonna lose. I mean, I picked Levine anyway, but you never go against a GOAT shooter.
Yeah. No, I thought he was gonna lose too, and like you said, it came down to the last basket. And he damn sure made it, so that was a good look.
You know what's crazy, fellas? Like, if you put all the 3-point contest players into a slam dunk contest, it would have been a great slam dunk contest. No, deadass, look at the names.
It's crazy. It's
even
crazy.
Steph.
He actually caught a alley-oop in the game.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, you could have been in the dunk contest.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, him, CP3 caught one.
Back to back.
And then Dame and Steph just taking turns hitting half-court shots. That's the highlight of the game right there. That's it.
After that, I was like, all right, it's over.
I was like, same with teammates are battling each other rather than anything else, man. It was fun. Yeah, I guess there was some parts to it that was fun. I mean, but.
It just wasn't enough. You're right. It was some parts that were fun. It's just not the same. It's not the same as it was, man. It really is not. We used to look forward to that break in the season, and now it's just kind of like, okay, it's all right.
Definitely. Next time, God forbid, no more pandemics. But if there was ever a shortened season, don't do that again, please, Mr. Commissioner.
I'd rather you just pick the All-Stars, kind of do what the NFL did. Pick the Pro Bowlers, but they don't got to play the game. Just give them the accolades and keep it like that. We could have saved that. We could have just kept the season going. I'd rather watch another, 2-3 extra games, versus watching that one.
Word. What did you guys make of the skills competition? Sabonis won that. And it came down to him and Vucevic, which turned into a European battle.
Yeah, I mean, well, most of the big guys are kind of taking over the league, being more versatile. You got Ant Davis, like you said, those two guys. So, that was expected. But But again, I just feel like that's a guards game. You know, I feel like that's a guards thing. But, you know, the way the league is moving and the way the game is changing, more now, you know, 7-footers and taller guys, you know, can have a handle and, you know, play multiple positions. I just personally prefer to see guards do it.
Mhm.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Or KD. But there's not too many 7-footers that could handle the rock. So
Exactly. So
now they got this kid right now in Oklahoma City, man. He might be similar to that. Like the Pukovic,
Oh,
whatever his
Puskas.
name is. He's not getting enough. He's gonna be nice. People don't see it. Like I'm seeing like he's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he played on rush, but he'll get
He's
there.
7 foot. Like that's the reason why I look at everything. I will always say like the skills competition. Yeah, you rather want to see a guard perform, but there's a lot more like 7-footers that are very skilled these days.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, the game
that
is
skill
definitely
competition
changed.
didn't have those. Yeah.
I mean, like Randall was in it, and like CP3 and Luca kind of like they milled that shit in. So I'm like, well, all right, they're gonna put this effort into it. Sabonis somewhat tried. Vucevic was nice, and got Jalen Brown just throwing up bricks. So it is.
Yeah. Like I said, they could have just saved that the whole weekend. But you know, it is what it is. You gotta have that entertainment. So I get it. Like you said, you know, Mr. Turner needed a check.
CTC.
Yeah, he needed a check, and you know we got some broads in Atlanta who's still looking for a ride home. So
Yeah.
Budget rent a van, bro. Yo, that chick didn't want to get on telly. She's like, yeah. She's in the parking lot. Did you see that video? She's coming off no budget rent a truck, like all dressed up and shit, like you know. I was like, yo, that's clever. That's creative. 1995, baby. That's all you need, man. And you get to Atlanta.
We got
And
some
one day you could meet your own personal NBA player as well.
Yeah, right.
Hey, they
got a
coming up.
U-Haul on I-85.
We got some breaking news though. PJ Tucker went to the Bucks. Thank you, James, for that update. So PJ Tucker, they look like the Bucks got another 3-point shooter, only from the corner. But hey,
Yeah, I was about to say, wait, you mean only from the corner? No, that's good. They added to their defense. You know, PJ Tucker's one of those tough defenders. So
He fits a 3-point shooter in defense. That's all they need. You know, guard somebody. I mean, Bucks are still not no, they're not gonna. If they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, that'll be great, even with that addition. So I just don't see it any further. And that's only because I have the thing with Budenholzer. Their coach is just not.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I
just
think
not the coach that's gonna win the chip. Just like D'Antoni, same thing. So
like
just not that style of offense, man. They need to switch it up.
Like I think they put Giannis in the worst possible positions to let him to try to make him succeed, because he should not be handling the ball coming down the floor every time up. They try it all the time, it doesn't work, and then his free throw shooting is horrendous, and down the stretch of the games, he's terrible. Like if they get to an Eastern Conference Finals, it's an accomplishment.
yeah, no, it is. It is a big accomplishment.
Yeah, like you fellas, I'm sure you've seen like recently, like Atlanta Hawks, that same Budenholzer's coach team. You know, that was the 60-win Atlanta Hawks team with no superstars. I mean, they had all-stars, but there was no superstar in that team at all. And great thing about Budenholzer, I mean, he'll get you. If you wanna have a great regular season win team, yeah, that's the coach, either D'Antoni or Budenholzer. They'll get you there. The problem is, their style of play just doesn't equate to rings. That's a fact.
So we definitely got the deal. So Houston's trading PJ Tucker and Air Latvia, as Leon calls him. Yeah, Kuruc is going. And the Bucks, basically the Bucks 2022 first round pick back to Milwaukee for DJ Augustine, DJ Wilson, and 2023 unprotected first round pick. Damn. Houston also gets the right to swap his 2021 second round pick for more. Damn, all this for PJ Tucker?
PJ Tucker must be nice.
What are we doing?
Something.
Did we miss something over these past few years? What? I like DJ Wilson though. That was a good piece right there.
Nah, yeah, DJ Wilson is nice. He's okay. But PJ Tucker, damn, they gave up a lot.
Huh. That's real interesting.
And they gave up a lot for Holiday. Now they're giving up a lot for Tucker just to lose in the second round. So
Oh yeah.
let them do what they do. But
I mean, yeah, if you break it down. Yeah, if you break it down, man, it's just not a good look. I mean, like, can Bucks right now beat the Nets?
No.
Can Bucks beat Heat? I don't even think they could beat Heat. Heat is. I keep telling people Heat is nice, man.
Yeah,
they're coming.
If they're healthy, that's gonna be the biggest thing. If they're healthy, because they've been battling on that bug all year. So.
I mean, since we have that subject, fellas, I mean, honestly, when Nets got that trade, and I said Nets are like fourth best team in the East.
Mm-hmm.
I said Bucks, Heat, Celtics. Well, I don't know. Celtics are underachieving, man. Brad Stevens needs to stop that ISO ball play, man. But like that team is a lot better than they should be. But I don't know. But
I don't know. I don't know. I got to put Charlotte in there somewhere, man. Charlotte them boys really been balling here lately. You know, they're coming together.
I think Charlotte's a big man away from really contending.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they put LaMelo in the starting lineup. If they could trade like
Terry Rozier, trade him to the Knicks.
Exactly.
Trade him to the who? To the Knicks.
The Knicks. Yo, seriously, that's why not? Knicks wanted Rozier off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 15-11. Nets are up.
Nice. So, because I'm hearing that they're looking into like John Collins, they're looking into Hassan Whiteside.
Okay.
No.
That's not bad. Whiteside's a good pickup.
No Whiteside. No. Maybe Whiteside 5 years ago, but not Whiteside today. Way out of this game is, it's not the same game. That's not Whiteside game. I mean, if you're talking about Knicks, man, we already got two Whitesides, better than Whiteside. But Mitchell Robinson and even Noel, man, Noel's blocking everything, bro. Everything.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mitch. Mitch is way younger and more, to me, a little more athletic than Whiteside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of Biggs. I'm actually Nets Claxton. I'm a huge fan of his, man. I think he's gonna be something special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like gonna be. I think he actually might be better than Jared Allen, and Jared Allen's.
Oh yeah, he put the rock on the floor, but he's 7 feet and he could dribble, man.
Yeah, but I mean, Jared Allen is like nothing gets by him. He rejects everything, and the progression that he made from his first year till now, you can't get the ball out of his hands. He's dunking on everybody. He's putting 26 and 20s up. I mean, he put Drummond out of a job.
Damn sure did.
Yeah, he did.
Well, that and Drummond's salary put him out of the job. Cavs building, man. They don't need that right now, man. They need to. It's not fair for Drummond to sit out and wait until they trade him, but they don't need that right now, man. It's too much money over there.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I said Jared Allen, Jared Allen's a great player, man. I love Jared Allen defensively, but what I'm saying is Nick Claxton, he's only like 20 games into the season. Like he only played 20 games, maybe 25 games total.
Mm-hmm.
His offensive skills are way, way ahead of what Jared Allen was at any point in time, even probably right now. Like he's going to be like, watch him in 2 to 3 years. And I know you're a Nets fan, so you're definitely going to back me up on that. But I've been watching Claxton since Georgia days. When Nets drafted him originally, I was like, yo, it's a development project. Now you're picking him up with KD. He gets to sit redshirt himself last year. Come in, man, watch it. I'm telling you, I'm calling it as an all-star. Like in 2 years from now, it might be an all-star, maybe even sooner.
Got that noted.
Yeah, we're gonna put that.
You know what I'll make mistakes usually. If I say something, I know what I'm talking about. And if I do make mistakes, who cares?
Because I mean that pick and roll he's running with Harden right now is
it's good.
It's perfection. Hell, even DeAndre Jordan he has like a pulse. So
not only he has a spring in his step. I was like, DeAndre Jordan fell asleep for like 3 years. Now he woke up all of a sudden.
That's what happened to Blake Griffin. Watch, he gonna posterize somebody. We all gonna be like, Wait a minute.
Hold on. Right. Where was you at?
When is Griffin going to play? That's a bigger question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since he was sitting out for like 3 weeks or whatever, they got to ramp him up. So he might be playing next week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it says he'll play next week.
All right. Well, I'm just curious to see maybe he'll get a dunk. I think he's I think on the Nets he could be 12 to 15 per game.
Yeah.
All he do is 15, 7, and like 4 assists, and he's great for that team. That's a perfect fit. He could hit the 3 occasionally, so it's good.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do too much. Just, come in and fill a role because Harden and Kyrie are going to do most of the work. All he has to do is be in the right spot. And his basketball IQ is high enough to where,
No, unfortunately, if Nets are fully healthy, doesn't matter who plays. Like if LA is fully healthy as well, Nets got this. So I don't see them losing to anyone in 7 games. No one.
That's a big statement. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but like you match them. I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm saying like you can if you think about it, like you match those 3 stars, plus you got Joe Harris could drop 25 to 30 in any given time if you want to. If you shot 3 of those down, then you got these other kids that even Bruce Brown somehow.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but we talking about playoff basketball and. Let's not forget, you still got LeBron, you still got you talking about people who have been there and won. I mean, yes, I know I take that with a grain of salt, but you also have to keep in mind that these guys.
But I find it hard to believe that someone could beat this Brooklyn team four games in a 7-game series.
4 out of 7 times. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
chances are they'll have a home court, and you got to beat them 4 out of 7 times. That's the bottom line.
And you know what? Credit to the Knicks the other night because they were down 18 and
fought back.
Go New York, go!
That's a damn.
We're gonna be seeing it come springtime. Give him another month or so, baby. Let's go.
I'm a Knicks fan as well. So when I seen that, I said, no, that's kind of shaky. We only lost by, 2 or 3?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it was, they know how to fight.
Knicks have a problem with they don't have a score. They need that one more score. But the good thing about it, like in comparison, last 2 games that the Knicks played since we already moved on to that, you could see like we're losing games by 2-3 points. Even like if you look at the defensive rating efficiency, best team in the league stopping teams. They just can't score on anybody. That's the problem.
Exactly. That's the issue. We need another scorer or someone to step up and put up more points. But
somebody to stretch the offense defenses.
Yes, on a consecutive level. But yeah, I mean, no, we definitely they're a young, good, scrappy team, and that's what I like. I like seeing that New York attitude about them. Never giving up, being resilient. Like you said, we was down 18 and came back.
Yeah, that trap defense they had in the fourth quarter.
Let me put it in perspective. 18 and came back to the NBA championships, like they saying right now.
I mean, as long as you say it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to figure out where this Brooklyn head come from.
You know what? That's a good question.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
I live 5 miles away from the Barclays, and I'm still a Knicks fan. I can't. I live 5 miles, literally 5 miles away from Barclays, and I'm still not.
I respect Jay-Z. I love his music. I think he's one of the top greats. But come on, man. I'm going to be New York Knicks to the day I die. The Nets just came in. Y'all from Jersey.
Thank you.
Like,
that's it.
Just like somebody said, and I'm going to say the quote. Y'all heard this before. I know Ron Artest is Ron Artest because his mama named him Ron. I ain't no matter. I know Ron Artest. And the Brooklyn Nets is from New Jersey. That's what I do.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's good to have Borough represented by a good squad. Finally, I'm not complaining about it whatsoever. I'm not gonna hate on that, whatever. I mean, but like obviously, when it's Knicks or Nets, I'm always gonna be a Knick, man.
Absolutely, but it would be fun. I'm not even gonna lie. I think we'll play them tough, but it will be something to see that in like the first round maybe. Just the Knicks and the Nets, just to get a little.
Oh yeah, it'll
Really
definitely be a good thing for history, for the history books. But yeah, I mean, I'm a Knicks fan forever, man.
Absolutely.
Like
New York forever.
I mean, it's whatever for all three of you. What was that?
Bro,
going down Flatbush?
If
what it is.
I'm sorry. Last thing about it.
I'll see y'all.
If Knicks were doing what Nets are doing right now, the city would be blowing the hell up. I know they're getting noise, but the city would be so different.
Easily.
And it's crazy because you could just see that the city really don't respond to the Nets yet. They don't really take them that serious.
That's true.
It's still more Knicks stuff, fan support, and we still act crazy when we win, and there is Nets. So I just can't even buy into it because even to New Yorkers, it don't feel regular. You know what I mean? When you buy a Metro car, how long a Metro car has been around? You know that's regular. Until they come out with something new, you're gonna be like, "The fuck is this?" So it's kind of the same feeling for me.
Agree. I mean, definitely. I mean, it's just not. It's not the same. Your first.
But we're gonna let that man up there have his. We're gonna let him have his.
Yeah, we're gonna let him have his. We gotta let
Look,
him
fellas, your first true crush is always going to be your first true crush, and it's going to. Anybody who not to refer, but certain ESPN analysts who jump off the wagon, like they went for like Max Kellerman, right? Like he was a Knicks fan, now he's like, oh, he's a Lake fan.
He said,
like, how do you do that? Like, I don't. You can't claim one. You were never a fan in the first place if you could jump off just that easily, man. Trust me, I tried. When Brooklyn moved here, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a Brooklyn fan. Fuck it, I'm tired of the Knicks. Did not work out that way. Your heart is not in it. You don't have the passion for it, man.
And plus, all the memories you got to think of the Ewans, the Starks. Our '94 team. Even though we didn't win, like that's the crazy thing about it. Just seeing that, and it's nothing like the Garden when it's jumping. I'm sorry,
it's no nostalgia. There's no nostalgia with it.
I can't.
Like I said, y'all came from Jersey. Vince Carter, Jason, that's in Jersey.
No, the Brooklyn. I can't. No, I can't. Every time I hear that chant, it's like
keep going.
Ugh.
Nah, it was good in the club when you go Brooklyn.
And then you hear Casanova, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about." Now you're just like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like that.
Right.
Nah, it's not the same. I mean, and it's just me. I'm speaking from personally. Like, no matter, like, I love basketball, and I love that the Nets are doing work, and like whoever's gonna, I'll follow whoever that team is. That's good just to watch them. And you're gonna, especially since it's Brooklyn, you're enjoying it, but it's just not the same passion. Even like the Knicks losing by 3 points, I'm getting more hyped about than watching Nets smoking teams by 25 points, like on any given night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not the same. Yeah, I like to see Kyrie doing work and what Scotty's doing and KD, whatever. It's beautiful, but it's just not the same.
So Bobby Schmurda switching over won't change your mind?
No. He went to see the Knicks game, bro. He was at the Knicks game for a reason. He went to see, even he said that he's like
jersey. He definitely had the jersey, but if you peep his IG, he put the Knicks hat on after.
Exactly. He threw that hat up and it still didn't come down, baby.
Okay, that's like some surprise teams that might make a jump here. The Atlanta Hawks, winners of 6 straight. If they fired their coach, bring in Nate McMillan, and now they're getting DeAndre Hunter back and Bogdanovich back. Where you guys see Trae Young and the Hawks?
Going to get into the playoffs. I mean, Nate McMillan, he has that moxie that you want as a coach that can get the guys going. He has those kids playing defense, and me and you always complain about it. We looked at them. What the hell is going on? You giving up 110 per game? It's a good team. It's not like they have bums on the defensive end. They just did not try. And Nick McMillan's that kind of coach that's going to get in your ass. That's what he did with the Pacers. The Pacers were always a good defensive team when he was there. And that's what we want to see. You have all this talent. You should be better. Trae Young, John Collins, Kevin Huerter, Clint Capella. You got DeAndre Hunter coming back. It's so much talent on that team. There's no reason they should have been that bad. But coaching, that's what coaching does. You get a guy like that, like Nate McMillan, to bring him in together. It's beautiful.
So you buying the Hawks?
Absolutely. I want to. Like I said,
Hawks. I mean,
in the playoffs at least.
My thing with Trae Young is that he does not make his teammates better.
He took my point. That's my point. I was gonna say the same damn thing. He does not make his teammates better.
Bro, there's so many. Like, I've been watching ball since 1988, so I'm an old mofo. And one thing I know is there's a lot of great scorers that come out there. I mean, bro, Dominique Wilkins was amazing, man. He was like one of the greatest scorers. Clyde Drexler was a great. But these guys couldn't win because they just did not make the players better. And what I mean better, you could get 3-4 superstars, put them on a squad like the Nets do. Sure, it's great, whatever. But can you make Bruce Brown better if he's on your squad? Can you make that's why I'm even impressed more by James Harden right now, because what he's doing with like these like mediocre players who you would never know who the hell they were. Mm-hmm. Trae Young cannot do that. And until he does, then I win. Well, they'll be a playoff. Maybe they'll be an 8 seed.
They'll get there. And plus, James Harden, he actually scaled back his game. Because I've been watching a lot of Nets, and he scaled back his game a lot. He's looking to be that playmaker we all know he is. And
but I don't think Trae Young is can scale back. No, I think he's so young and so raw that he thinks he has to take over the game and has to be like Steph Curry. One thing that Steph can do, okay, I'm off. I still got a whole bunch. Let me give it to Draymond. Let me give it to the newly acquired. What's the light skinned young boy
Kelly
name
Oubre?
with all the tech? Oubre.
Yeah.
They got so many weapons, so I don't think Trae Young can do that. And I agree with Steve. Like I don't. He doesn't make anybody better around him. And that's one of his. His I would say
just
one of his issues.
You put to add to your point, Marcel. Like you need you'll need another start to pair up with Trae Young. The problem is like, how do we know what Trae Young is going to be when he doesn't handle the rock 90% of the time? Like, I'm curious to see. You know what? That question came when Harden was around, but people forget James Harden was the best point guard in OKC back when OKC was running with Ross and KD. Like, that team was like, they were just maturing, and unfortunately they couldn't afford all three of them. If they stuck around, James Harden was that point guard. He was moving it. He altered his game to Houston because in Houston he had to be the go-to guy.
Yeah, he had to be that guy. Yeah,
he had to chuck out 40 shots. Yeah.
And you got to remember, Harden scaled back his game because Harden is getting older. Trae Young is still young. No pun intended, but I mean, you can't really tell that young kid to slow down. He's like, nah, I just came in the league. I'm trying to mix it up, So it is what it is. But
but sooner or later they're gonna stop that bullshit. They're gonna stop that bullshit. Right? He keep getting fouls and getting written from the back and fucking keep catching people forever. League is gonna alter that rule just like anything else.
They are. They're definitely gonna alter that.
He gets like probably half of his points off those, man. That's So yes, Trae Young is a great statistician. Like he's great. He has a good shot, but until he learns how to make his teammates better,
I agree with you, Jake. No, they're gonna make the playoffs. I'm just not buying them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'll buy playoffs. Yeah.
We got another trade. The Bucks again.
That's about it. I don't know how far they're gonna.
Maybe, but like I said, we got to trade. The Bucks send Torrey Craig to Phoenix. Well, they didn't use him anyway.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
I thought Torrey Craig could shoot. I hardly saw him on the damn. Wait a damn minute.
The Chicago Bulls. Zach LaVine going off. Laurie Marketing got a poster last night. They're making a little playoff push. You see Chicago keeping LaVine and making the playoffs, or do you see them selling them off? And
they better keep him.
I don't know. I mean, I'd love to see LaVine on my team.
Yeah, I try not to get hyped about that. I thought about it. I'm like,
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. They seem like they have a lot of talent, but I just don't know where they are. I mean,
they're not together. I don't know their identity yet.
Yeah, they got that kid Pat Williams. He's nice. Seems to be
Pat
good.
Williams is good. And then you still got Wendell Carter Jr. And you got to figure out that situation because you can play him at center, but he's not really a center. I think he's too. You got to put him down to the 4. Then you got to figure out Laurie and which one you're going to use because Pat Williams can play the 3 or the 4. So yeah, it's just so many moving pieces. Like you got your point guard in Kobe White. Then you got Zach LaVine. So you got your 1 and 2. Then you got to figure out the rest of that rotation. But the Bulls, they are very talented. They're a good team.
Yeah. Well, I've seen talent. I've seen. If you remember back in the day, the three J's. What was it? The Jason Kidd, Jamal Mashburn, and Jimmy Jackson. That team, that squad had shitload of talent, but
they all took them to leave.
Didn't work out. So
they all had to leave.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there was a female issues there, but that was a different story.
Oh yeah. Read into that too. That's actually a crazy story.
Oh, by the way, to add to the previous point about Atlanta, I was just looking up the defensive efficiency. Actually, last 3 games, Atlanta is in top 5, top 6.
There you go.
But they've been improving, so yeah. So that has a lot to do with their improvement in the first place. So hopefully they keep bowling. I don't know.
The LA Clippers. Kawhi make a statement that more or less like last year. Pat Beverly still can't shoot. They're not playing my man Zubac. You know, where do you see the Clippers going? Do they make a trade for Lowry? You know, is it the same story as last year?
Same story as last year. Playoff P is going to be non-existent.
Pandemic P?
Same as last. Kawhi going to be like,
Kawhi, we holding it for you right now. We want that.
Yeah.
Kawhi, bring it in. Listen to Uncle Dennis this time.
Yeah. You can tell Kawhi's getting very frustrated.
Oh yeah, he's pissed.
Kawhi don't really, let his emotions out, but he is, but one thing with the whole Paul Pierce thing is, I want to say Paul Pierce had maybe 1 or 2 great seasons. And I'm going to take him all the way back to Indiana. But he had a good supporting cast. Where's Granger at?
No.
Because if it wasn't for Danny
Granger,
we wouldn't even know PG. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of other players around him that just kind of, to me, made him stand out. But once he got by himself, I was just like, he's just an average guy.
Yeah, but you got to remember, PG-13 just came up when Danny Granger was shining, so he wasn't even a go-to guy. He never even knew how to.
Exactly. He's selling on them Clippers.
I mean, maybe there's a reason why he got drafted in the 2nd round. Maybe, but there's a reason why he got overlooked. I don't know. Maybe
it's just weird.
NBA has all that filter that comes up, all the true talent, and everything else comes through. Like sooner or later, you could shine for so long until.
Yeah, at first I thought it was an injury, but then now I'm just like, he really, when the light is on him, he really kind of just shies away from it. Yeah, it's all up here. He can play, he can definitely ball, but it's just, I don't know what he be thinking about, and you can tell the difference in him and Kawhi. Kawhi's, give me the rock, I'm about to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
He is kind of like, am I passing?
Looking for foul calls.
The game, it doesn't seem, it doesn't seem natural. Like when he's in that moment, he doesn't flow with it, and I think that's one of his things. Is I just haven't seen him, like they used to say to LeBron, I haven't seen him turn up when he need to turn up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see. Obviously, I don't see Clippers getting past the Lakers. That's first of all. That's already forget about that. They're not even the best.
Pat Bev, he not guarding nobody now. He can't even cover a cold. He's washed. Yeah, I don't see them getting past the Lakers.
They're not getting better. I don't know if. My dark horse. I love Phoenix, man. I call Phoenix.
And they lost Montrezl to the Lakers. So they definitely don't see
that was big.
Oh, that's even worse, man. Yeah.
That was gonna be bigger than what they.
Well, I mean, they replaced it with Ibaka though.
Yeah, he's been trash. I
You said who?
Serge. But nah, I can't. Yeah,
Come on, man. Stop it.
I don't know, man.
I don't want Serge. Serge want to be a point guard. Serge want to be a center. Serge want to be a small forward, power forward. Serge, what position you want to play? All of them?
You remember at one point in time, it was a blocker. What happened to
yeah.
What happened, bro? Like my dude just decided to chuck up threes, man. At one point in time, Ibaka was supposed to be on the same level as Ross, as KD, man. And I was like, that was a three. He was compared to Chris Bosh, man.
They couldn't trade him.
What happened, bro?
Untradeable.
What happened,
But yeah, that Clippers team is.
Yeah, we selling that Clippers team.
My man mentioned Phoenix, CP3, Booker, and the boys now in second place in the West. Is Chris Paul in the conversation for MVP?
He gotta be. I think he.
Conversation, yeah, but he's in Phoenix. He ain't getting no love.
Yeah, exactly.
He ain't getting no love.
It's kind of like the Utah thing.
Well, let me ask you something about CP3 as an all-time point guard. Where would you rank him? Just a cute question.
He's top 5 for me.
For the
I
collective?
don't mean to put you on the spot, but all time, where's CP3 ranked?
I'm putting him top 5. I don't know where I'm gonna put him, but I'm putting him top 5.
Yeah, I'm putting him top 5. For me, I can't put him ahead of Starberry. I can't put him ahead of AI. But he probably would be my third. Because after him, it would probably be J Kidd.
I mean, I don't know how much I've seen enough basketball to say like I've never seen a leader as good as and a point guard as good as he is, because he goes like just his last 2 years. Look where he goes. He goes to rebuilding teams or teams that haven't won anything in a decade.
No, I agree with you. I mean,
he
last
just
year
flips it around, just like
he basically walked down the whole entire squad. I mean, he had no. I think the oldest player on their team last year was what, Schroeder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he took a bunch of young kids, and I agree with you. If you're saying he's the best leader, floor leader,
yeah, like that's huge. But I mean, he also performs.
We're not talking about no basketball skills, not shooting, not pass. Floor leader, yes,
that's leader. Like, but that's huge though. Like to me, like that's
yes, no, that is.
That's like that's a lot. Like we just discussed. We talked about Trae Young or somebody like that. But you can't put Trae Young in Phoenix and expect the team to turn around and become Western Conference contender. Where CP3 goes to any team and he makes them like. I mean, other than he couldn't play with Harden, but even then they still were a playoff contender. Was still a contender. So any team that CP3 plays on is a contender. So
I think he couldn't play Harden because Harden couldn't play with him. Let's say that.
Well, whatever the reason was, but the bottom line is, if you look at the end result, they still went to the playoffs. They still were.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You didn't get hurt. They could have got to the finals. They could have won a chip. You don't know. I mean, but like the bottom line is like CP3 is. I agree with Jake, man. Top 5 probably. Yeah. Altogether. I don't want just the skills. I want to play it to make my team better, man. Trust me. Like this is a Knick fan talking.
Exactly. Guard play. What's that?
Bro, we happy with Quickly right now, bro. Like it's a miracle. It's a savior to us right now.
Hey. Quickly has been one of the better guards to come to New York. That young fella's doing his thing right now.
Oh, thank God! But people don't appreciate the guard play as much as like New Yorkers have to appreciate.
And what's crazy is Frankie Cigarettes is kind of playing a little better because he see how quickly he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he's like Quickly is going to be an all-star in about 2 years, and. He's gonna be he's already their best shooter right now, but I'm curious to see what this kid is gonna be. Like the way I look at it, this draft with the Knicks was that Quickly was 25 and Obi was an 8. It's like you could flip them around. It's the same thing to me because like Quickly could have been a lottery pick based on his play right now. Like, there's not that many rookies other than LaMelo and what's that boy doing work, man, whatever.
Wiseman, yeah.
Edwards. Wiseman's been out, like so. Edwards is the only one that's been carrying.
Can't forget about Halliburton either.
Oh yeah, well that's Then again, you stick people in Sacramento and Minnesota, you're gonna forget about them real quick.
That's true. What do I call quickly, Leon? What do I call them?
People are saying like, yo, right now, like Anthony Edwards' career could be in jeopery if you don't get out of T-Wolves, because they're gonna bury him out there, man.
He better get the hell out of there.
Like, and it's only like I mean, other than KG, like there hasn't been any success in that country over there.
Nope.
It's like a different land. And imagine if this was if T-Wolves were like New York, man, we would have been eating.
Oh, it would have been a wrap. Get him out of here.
Like Minnesota is like where big men go to die. Like Kevin Love.
Oh man.
So do you ever? I guess I read a story today where Colin Sexton liked to comment that Kevin Love's $120 million contract with the biggest heist of the century.
I read that. Yeah.
Unliked it. That was actually pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it is. It's a fact.
It was a fact.
It's a fact. He's stealing money from Cleveland, bro. Like, $120 million for what? How many games he played this year? 4?
4? Yeah, just about.
4, right?
What's those commercials do? He's depressed. He's been depressed. Let's give him
he has mental issues. I understand, but like, I mean, I can't knock his hustle, bro. Like, you listen. If you want to pay me for sitting on the bench,
I mean, sit there. You want some Gatorade?
I'm working 9 to 5. What's that?
I would have been. You want some Gatorade? Throwing it to him? Yeah, you good?
I have no problem. I mean, like, if anything, Colin Sexton should give the owner of Cleveland or the front office a call and see what they're doing over there, man, because that definitely is a problem, man.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I mean, listen, more power to him. I can't knock his hustle, man. He didn't sign his own checks, so
that's true.
Nope. So Colin Sexton, I mean, yeah, I understand why he's tight and like he's a young kid and he's high-hated because he probably deserves that money more than Love does. I mean, overall, Love is probably the most overpaid player in NBA, period. I mean, with the chips and everything. By a lot, bro. Like, if it wasn't for LeBron.
Yeah, we wouldn't even know who Kevin Love really was.
I mean, like, we would know because Kevin Love had those first 3 years when he was doing 20-20s every game. Whatever,
yeah, he was good coming out of school, too.
He was doing what Trae Young is doing. He was putting up big-ass numbers, but, like, not winning. Then he went to play with LeBron, lost some weight, got sexy, whatever it is. Like, and then,
he said, look sexy.
got the yoga going for himself.
No, he didn't say look sexy.
I don't know, but that's the thing. He's his vegetables now. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's clean cut, no more scruff. Yeah, I mean, so I guess.
Yeah, but you look at Kevin Love back when he came out of rookie, like a chunky kid, like he was in UCLA. He was fat, like. Oh yeah, he's doing good. So he's using that money wisely. I could tell you that at least.
Dallas Mavericks. Another really hot team. Luka and KP really putting in work now. My man is hot.
Yeah, man.
Give us your thoughts on KP and Luka.
You want this, Steve, or you take this? I'm gonna sit back. You go ahead and take this one.
What? No, go ahead.
Go ahead. I mean, Luka's good. We all know, but that MVP talk, cut it out now. Cut it out right now. It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not because he has to carry so much. Yeah, KP is there, but you don't know when Sharman's gonna rip.
Yeah, right.
Let's be honest. But yeah, Luka has a lot on his shoulders, and he does the damn thing. One of the best players in the game, but they got to get that boy some help. Like KP, he's not enough anymore.
I don't know what KP's. I don't know what happened with KP. Like he's mentally, like he's scared or something. I don't know what. And listen, I understand. I've torn ligaments before in my knees and had injuries, and it's very hard to recover from the injuries. And he, but not for nothing. He did work in the bubble. And he did do a lot of good work.
Yeah.
Like that was like, oh wow, next year coming in. That's why they gave him all the hype. Because, like after last year's bubble, they're like, yo, both combined. And we know how we feel about KP, man. So, like, if he's on his game, he's a problem. I mean, even though he's off his game, but his problem right now is like he's soft. He looks moist. Very soft right now. I mean, he's dropping buckets, but he's not stopping. He's looking moist. Yeah, I know, dead ass. Like he's
talent.
If he doesn't like And moist towelettes. I can toss him away, baby.
Baby wipes.
Bro, like the problem is if he doesn't like I said, there's every player in NBA could score, but the problem is like when you don't play defense, you're not gonna last too long, dude. Like that's the problem. And right now, something's going on with KP mentally. Obviously, we're not there to understand it.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's capable of doing work. He's just not doing this, man. Where's the 2 blocks per game that he did with the Knicks, man? Where is this thing?
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere.
My dude needs to be. He has to be at 20, 10, and 5, and I'm not 20, 10, 5, and 1.5 blocks every day. That's his average. He should be that. He should be averaging double figures in rebounds. Should be shooting at least 35% from the 3, at least. And he needs to be blocking shots.
I just can't get over the fact when he had Stephen Curry on him, and this dude decided to take like a 17-foot jump shot instead of backing him down. That right there, I'm just like, KP, what the hell are you doing?
Yes, there's something up there.
Maybe he needs to visit Hakeem Olajuwon once.
Yeah, he would be perfect because his footwork is there. It's not like he doesn't have it.
Yeah, no, he definitely. I agree. His footwork is there. That's why, like Steve says, a mental thing. I don't know because he was a beast when he first came. He was a beast. He was averaging 2-3 blocks a game. Now he's just helping you. You want to come on? Here, let me pick you up.
And then like Jake just said, stepping outside when you're 7'10" and you're stepping outside and you're pulling up on a 25-foot shot, and it's all cute at first. And you're, oh my God, 7-footer who could shoot from 30 feet away. That's dope at first, but right now that's not what you need. You got good guard play. You got Luka over there to shoot for you. Get your ass in the post and bust work, man. Right now with the league, how many 7-footers are in the league? What like handful, maybe 10.
Embiid, Joker.
So there is no reason for and we've all seen KP's IG videos of him working out. He's looking like Ivan the Drago or whatever. Like what's the problem? There is not any single person that's bigger. There's not a player. You should be able to get yourself in a post, find a way, and shoot. Be able to turn around and hit those 10-foot shots, 15-foot shots. Call Patrick Ewing. Call somebody for a fadeaway. No, seriously, that's absurd. Like if he was in New York still right now, you'd be like, get him out of here. We should have traded him.
That trade for Dennis Smith is looking real good right now.
He looks great right now. Yeah. I'm still disappointed by the DSJ didn't work out. But
oh man, I was hyped for him. I'm not even gonna lie. I was hyped for him. I was like, oh yeah, Dennis Smith Jr. He's bouncy. He might be that guy. And then what the hell? What happened? He needs MJ's juice or something because the Monstars took his shit.
It was a wrap.
Yeah, I mean that's and I was like when they drafted Frank, that's who I wanted on the Knicks too. Actually, like I was like, yo, DSJ is nice, man. I was watching him.
It was Mitchell.
You know what, Markel Fultz. If Fultz is able to help save his career, he
can do it.
DSJ should be able to do something about that too because Fultz is in the same situation. He couldn't find his shot. Mm-hmm. If he didn't get hurt this year, he was having a really nice. He turned his career around. He's having a very season.
Absolutely.
Whatever. I mean, DSJ, call somebody, bro.
Dallas making that push.
He
can call and do some work together.
It's Fayetteville native. We call J. Cole. J. Cole working on his game. Call him. Give him Cole.
Yeah.
The New Orleans Pelicans. Zion. They blew a lead last night, but they're trying to make that playoff push themselves. Where do you see Zion, Ingram, Lonzo Ball?
Them motherfuckers not didn't learn how to play some defense. Because god damn. Lonzo knows how to play D. Yeah, Lonzo can play some defense. But everybody else on that squad, I don't know what the hell. They always missing their assignments.
So, Jacob, then let me ask you. So then, when everybody was mad because the Lakers got rid of Randall, do you see why not?
Randall,
not Randall. I'm sorry. Ingram.
Ingram? It still was a good deal. Like he upped his game. Ingram, but we all know he wasn't the best defensive guy. He's another one that can score, but can you lock anybody down when it's time to put the clamps on him. He's not that guy. Zion, you know, I'm not gonna show the Duke bias right now. I'm gonna scale it back, but Zion's another one. Like he has to get down and dirty. That whole team as a unit, he just has to. They got to figure out something because this is another team that shouldn't be this freaking bad, and it's crazy.
I agree.
Well, they're not. I don't see them as bad. They're young and they're learning.
Yeah.
They're progressing. though. I don't really think it's like. I mean, yesterday they
They
took
keep on their record.
They could score, but
Mhm.
you on another level, you're dealing with Dame Lillard.
Yeah, he you know what time it is.
I mean, my man went clutch time again and dropped 50 on him. So is it more the Pelicans or just more MVP Lillard?
It's a little bit of both. It's MVP
Yeah.
Lillard, but the Pelicans have been bad defensively all year. Yeah, all year. I have
What-
never seen consistency on that side. But go ahead, brother.
What Pelicans need right now is like something like PJ Tucker type of a player.
Yes.
They need a vet. They need a veteran. I'm not talking about somebody who's going to drop or whatever, but they need somebody who, because that team is young. They're very like their potential is like unlimited over there.
Yeah.
Like they're young, Ingram and Lonzo. I don't know. They want to move him, I guess. Listen,
Yeah.
I'd love to take him.
Oh man, please do. Please. Leon,
I mean, but Lonzo's numbers are not that great, actually, if you look at
yeah,
him.
but he would be better than. Yeah, I think he still would be. For us, anything's an upgrade right now because we don't got Rose playing right now, and Frank he's teetering right now, and then Alfred Payton, trash. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, wait. I don't know where he went.
He plays more on IG than he is on the court these days, so I don't know what's going on.
Who Payton?
Yeah, but I mean, he just always pissed me off. I'm sorry, but yeah, give me Lonzo. 22-year-old guard that can actually see the floor. We need somebody with a vision. Somebody could be that playmaker. I mean, his shooting got better. I'll give him that. Whoever he worked with did a hell of a job with him. But, like I said, if you can get a good deal for him, it would be nice. I would rather, I don't want to say Oladipo because the whole Miami thing is kind of throwing me off.
Oh, you moved on to the Knicks then. Yeah,
I mean, listen, we can get another scorer from somewhere. I'll be happy. Just don't overpay because as Knicks fans, we all know the overpay game is what they do or they used to. So,
I mean, I would.
Leon.
Alonzo. Listen, Ball would be nice in New York, and for the next to put it as part of that core. You keep Randall around, you got Ball. And you're gonna obviously it's an improvement over Frank, which is as good as he is in the defense. It's just that's all he does. I mean. And if you notice, actually, I like what Thibodeau's doing. He's like, yo, just go out there. You got to foul how many people is in, you just lock him down. That's your best offense is the defense, man. You got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
Cool, whatever. But obviously, 0 points versus 2 points is a big difference. It's a difference. You don't have to be a math genius, So if you're talking about the Knicks itself, yeah, we do need more scoring and the guard play. And, obviously, Ambrose is not exactly a spring chicken anymore if you're going to rely on him. So we do need that. So I would take that. But for New Orleans, one thing I'm surprised about is like J.J. Redick hasn't taken a bigger role with that team, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm shocked about that too. I think I don't know if he's mentally checked out, but
I never looked at JJ as a leader though.
Who?
I never looked at him as a leader. I just looked at him as a good shooter.
Yeah, you're right, but like it's a veteran. Like at least it's some kind of knows how to like. It's like the way I look at it is like if I go to your job and you've been working there for 5 years and I just started, like you could walk me through the steps and show me what to do.
Yeah, no, I get.
Kids need that help right now. Yeah.
You know how I feel about JJ. I don't gotta say nothing else.
Yeah, he had to get up on that one.
You know how I feel.
I'm not really lately I've been not even a fan of his either, man. I don't know.
Who, Clyde or JJ?
You're higher than JJ?
No, well, shooter-wise, because we need a shooter. I always liked him. Like I said, he always could give him coming off screens. He could knock him down at a high clip. What the hell is Kyle Korver doing? I mean, can we get somebody in here that can?
Kyle Korver is waiting for LA to give him a call before the 20.
What the hell going on? I mean, get somebody that can just.
You know, LeBron is gonna be like, "Yo, you ready? Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna shoot it." What do you think? No, like he'd be like, "Yo,
we need you one more time, KK."
You know, speaking of guard play, like so, Lillard last night. Do you guys consider him? Well, one, he made a statement last night about him putting in the work and how he was like wasn't really sought after as a recruit and whatnot. You guys seen the progression he made in the league, MVP candidate. You guys consider him like one of the most clutch players ever. What's your thoughts on Lillard?
He has to be up there. You know, as you know, Leon, I've been saying his praises ever since he came in the league. The dude, I just saw it. Like his game, his demeanor is what gets me the most because he doesn't get too high, doesn't get too down. He's so level-headed, and when it's that time to go, you know what time it is. Every single time, I've never seen this guy flustered at any point of his career, even when he was just coming into the league. He's never afraid to take the big shots, and he knocks them down in a high clip, man. It's great to see. That's one person that I would just say, yeah, damn right, give him the ball when it's time to win a game.
The only thing I gotta say about Dame is like, and he had a quote today. Is like, he's changing the game. Hey, between him and Steph, we just talked about the All Stars, how they were having a shootout contest from a half court. Like, but it's funny. But like the whole thing is this is intentional. This is what they practice. He says he practiced those shots. This is the reason why he's doing. He's stretching out the court where it's only a matter of time where we might see a 4-point shot because right now 3-pointers everybody's shooting them. So it's only going to be a matter of time. He stretched out he's between him and Steph, they changed the game like completely. Yeah. We're gonna understand it like because I'm waiting for the league to be like David Silver going to be like Adam Silver, sorry, he's gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna start a 4-point shot. It's only a matter of time, and I'm very serious about it. I think strong possibility there, thanks to Dame and Steph, like shooters like that. Because there was no longer like in comparison to even like 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, they were talking about on one of the broadcasts like when Nets, speaking of Leon, when Nets got Anthony Morrow and he could shoot 4 threes per game, they're like, yeah, nice, bro, 3-4 points, 3-pointers per game, that's a specialist, Now you're getting 4 threes per game is considered to be like average game, like it's normal game. They were talking about Reggie Bullock shooting 4 threes per game. You're not even thinking about him hitting 4 threes per game.
Nope.
It's 4 threes per game. It's not special. There's no more specialist at 3-point line anymore. So the game might have to be stretched out and changed. That's my opinion. Thanks to Dame, of course.
Yeah. What you got, Marcel? What you think on Dame?
I agree with Jacob. He's always his demeanor has been very well. He does talk a little, trash, but it's not in, that moment. He's real humbled after the game. He really has put the work in. So that's definitely something, good that the younger kids can attach to. It's not about, all you can do is talk, because we've all played with somebody or seen or been to a park where we had the talker or the guy was out there with all the sleeves and the headbands and then straight trash. Dame actually,
all the jerseys and all that.
Yeah, Dame actually puts in the work, does the numbers, and then sits back and be like, yeah. I mean, well, I just got to keep working. Mm-hmm. It's like, did you just see what you just did? So, yeah, I love his demeanor. And I would say right now, yeah, if the game is on the line and I'm on his team, I'm giving it to him. Pause. That sounded a little crazy, but yeah, I'm hearing, I'm getting, he's gonna take the ball, and make the last point. But yeah, I don't know if I can just put him up there as one of the greatest closers yet, because his time is still not. He still got a lot of more years left in him. Mm-hmm. So I can't put him up there like Kobe did 20 years. I think Kobe right now, my opinion, was the greatest closer. But like I said, he put 20 years in. So, and then his last year, he still could have been like, I'm just playing with y'all. I probably could play 5 more years, but I just want to do something else. Because he scored, 60? So it's just like, So yeah, but I agree with you, Jay. His demeanor is very good, and that's very good for the younger generation to see, because a lot of the younger kids, with the age of YouTube now, you can pull up any one of them videos where the kids, go to the pickup court and it's a whole bunch of, talking like I try to teach my boys now. I don't care about all of that. Can you play though? If you can't play, then you can't talk. So I agree with you. His demeanor is very good.
Another question. I have a question since we're on Dame. Like, can Dame win a chip with this squad? Oh, in Portland,
No.
I mean. So not with this squad, in Portland, period.
Nah,
Negative.
I want to see it, but I just can't. Melo can only do so much. Nurkic, he's too off and on, on and off the court, physically. Yeah, you got CJ, but will he come back to where he needs to be? Gary Trent, they're asking a lot out of him, and he's actually putting in the work, but that can only get you so far.
You know what? If they still would have had the old Blazers players,
Aldridge would be.
He would win a ring with all of them.
I'm staying right now. Obviously not Lamar, not 55-year-old LaMarcus Aldridge.
As a matter of fact, could go back to Portland.
He
right
could.
Now.
He could, but this is not the same Aldridge. Hold on. Let's pause.
No. I'm not saying currently, but I'm saying if he was in, back in those early days, if he really was who he is now, I think he would have one.
So I personally want to see Dame win. Obviously, I love his game. Like I said, I agree with you guys about like the whole his demeanor, his game. It's just he makes it look so effortless, and like just his shots, like those half-court shots from logo shots. That's insane. Like, and it's just a normal shot. But my question is like, if he doesn't win with Portland, where do you see him ending up in like next 2-3 years? Because he's gonna be wasting his career, bro. Like seriously.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think he's Barry Sanders right now. Like I don't know where he can go and get a ring. Like I'm thinking now.
Golden State.
It got to be all the pieces.
That's why he's from, right?
Yeah, I think I see Curry like teaming up with LeBron at some point.
Yeah.
They've been talking about a lot that. Yeah, they've been talking about that. I mean, I just love to see. I want to see Dame win, and I don't know. I'm just curious to see.
I think if they trade CJ for Bradley Beal, it'll be one step closer.
That's
really?
Interesting. That's an.
You don't think it's the same player?
No, that's not Leon. That's not a bad trade. Bradley Beal for CJ McCullough, because CJ is his game is kind of tapering down, and Bradley is. You see what Bradley do? He put up 50, and they still losing by 22.
Yeah, I think that's the backcourt that's needed. I mean, I like CJ's game, but I also don't think those two together with the supporting cast. I think that time has run its course. Kind of like Lowry and DeRozan.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah, but that was a different. That was just that was a different story. When it was just Lowry and DeRozan together, neither one of them could shoot. Like that was the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, they could shoot, but like not the current NBA shots. Like so like not until Kawhi joined them that they couldn't do shit without it. So
I don't see him leaving Portland now.
He's really big on Portland. Like he's that kind of guy. He's just gonna go on. He's gonna go down on his own floor.
I see him going to Miami, man. Honestly, that's my person. That's just my thought. Just random. I didn't read it anywhere. I just see Pat Riley going after. You already got Jimmy over there. Listen, Miami got a lot of assets. Even if they want to make a move, they got all those.
I think they have to.
Hitters. They could have traded Myers Leonard, but they didn't work out.
Nah.
Yeah, but I definitely would love to see. Miami is like one of those. Obviously, LA, one of those championship contending teams. But like from what I see, like Miami is probably the best destination for him. Like based on because you have to trade for him. And that's the only place.
So like Hall of Fame candidates and came out. You have a bunch on the list. Give you buy or sell. You guys tell me what you think.
Okay.
All right. Chris Webber.
Basketball Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Basketball Hall of Fame.
Fine. You have to go to
gotta
Top
get
five.
right
Leave
there.
that.
That alone. I mean, going
This
into
is
that.
like, forget about the Kings, forget about everything
The
else.
timeout,
By itself, he deserves that. That's him, Jay Rose. They deserve just for that. Like,
I think Webber's been long overdue, and considering his class, I think he finally gets in. I sure hope so. I never want to hear him come, on TV, but a whole other story. All right, Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, that's a.
You gotta give him that.
I gotta buy that. I'm putting them in.
You gotta put that work in. I mean,
20 points.
the problem, I think Tim Hardaway should have been in the Hall of Fame. Should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, a long time
His
ago.
mouth, however, did not do him any favors. And the homophobic remarks he made before and whatever it is, but if you just analyze him purely solely on his play, if you look, obviously we all seen the '90s basketball. I'm assuming we all seen it. And bro, the two what was it? Two-step U-tap.
Yep.
Like Timmy, that Golden State squads. That was
Run TMC.
That was dope, man. That Ron DMC, man. That was he was one of the best, better guards in NBA back then. If you, that's how you have to analyze if you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame or not. And based on that, Tim Hardaway deserves that, sure, in my opinion.
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, he gotta go.
Shit boy got it.
I know.
Gotta go.
He's got
Who just said that? Because I'm agreeing with
I said shit boy,
but yes, he has to go. But yeah, I'm
to a point he did live up to the nickname.
But one thing we agree about Paul Pierce, if you want to get analysis of basketball, you listen to him and you do everything opposite. Man. That's the joke. Like, you know that already. But as far as the player, bro, yeah, he was like people. The Stepback, that was his shot, man. Paul Pierce had James Harden.
Hold on. I got an opinion. I got a question. I just want to know. Because I debated this with many people for many times. Did Paul Pierce not have one of the slowest games in the league?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he did.
I was about to say James Harden adapted Paul Pierce's game, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same game. I mean, better shot, obviously, but it's the same game. Like, as far as the slow motion game, yeah, it's the same.
He takes his time. He kind of wears you down a little bit, and then he does what he has to do.
And to his credit, he did knock down a lot of clutch shots.
Oh, for real.
He knocked down one for Brooklyn, and then decided, I'm gonna go take a shit and come back. And come on, bro.
Yeah, that was just no. But whatever. I mean, listen. But we're not gonna the Hall of Fame doesn't collect votes based on your preferences. But so it's all right.
Chris Bosh.
Yeah. It's a borderline, but lately
I think he does get in eventually.
For me, it's an asterisk by his name. I guess I say that because of his injury, and I just felt like if he could have recovered from the medal, and as far as I know, he did recover. I just feel like why he didn't come back. I still feel like he had a lot more basketball to play, and I would have seen him play a little more. Like I think he would have been a good fit for like a team almost like CP3 is on. Somewhere where it's a lot of young guys where he can kind of because he can stretch the floor. Because he can step back, hit the jump shot. But yeah, he was at his height.
Oh, Toronto, he was a monster. But he had one of the most suspect moments of all time. Oh my God!
That was a big pause. That was a big pause right there.
That will forever be etched. I remember Steve going back and forth. I think you were the first one that showed me that. I was like, "Yo, what is this guy doing?" I
was like, "Hey, yo!"
That was funny. Oh God!
But no, he deserved it. He definitely deserved to get in. I would have loved to see him play a little more. That's all. Of course.
As far as that, yeah, but if you look at his game and just based on his career, I think because like the reason why I would consider somebody to be a Hall of Famer, because you have to, was he a top 5 player in his position during his playing time? Like every player you have to analyze. That's how I analyze players based on my Hall of Fame opinion. So Chris Bosh, was he one of the top 5 players? Yeah. I mean, he started shooting threes and stuff. And before that, like 7-footers wasn't shooting threes too often.
Yeah, no, he was.
He had a decent handle for big.
Oh, yeah.
He was a center coming out of Georgia Tech. So
I always compare him to KG, but the one thing I put over that he had that KG didn't have was, like you said, a handle. He had a better handle. He definitely could handle the rock, but he kind of mirrored his jump shots, his 18-foot game from KG. As KG got older, he had to develop that. He realized I can't just be dunking on everybody. I gotta be a little more finesseful. So yeah, Bosh kind of mirrored his game after that. But Bosh had a way better handle, right. So Bosh could actually handle the rock. He could fake like he's gonna take you on an 18 and go right past you.
KG's game, I can't compare. Bosh, between me, honestly, like, I don't know. I never liked Bosh. I hated Bosh. I still like him. Obvious reasons. The Velociraptor, whatever you want to call it. Listen, we all, as a Knicks fans, me and Jake, or any Knicks fan, did not like Chris Bosh. Jumping at that Heat wagon and whatever, but you can't hate on that game, and that was, he's.
He definitely could get that borderline.
I'd get him in. I mean, I don't know if hopefully eventually he'll get in. So,
all right. Leon, can I say one thing? Don't say George Karl, because I say no, he can kiss my ass. All right, go ahead, keep going. Yeah. George Karl, kiss my ass.
Snake in the grass, man.
Snake in the grass, mofo, man. Go ahead, Jordan, torture your ass.
George Karl, Larry Brown, baby. Forget George Karl. You know who hates Larry Brown, like, with passion? But Jalen Rose. He hates him.
Yeah.
No, he hates him.
If you ever listen to Jalen Rose, he's like, yo, the dude set me down. He didn't let me get no burn for it. Like, and he was just even being straightforward with me. He just didn't want to let me play, man. Like, I was just, but. Yeah. And of course, we did to the Knicks.
Now, I don't think Larry Brown was liked by a lot of people. He just happened to get that one chip in Detroit, and it kind of like saved his legacy. Because
Well, I like Larry Brown. I mean, he won games. He just couldn't stick around.
Nope.
He had a shitty personality. AI and Marbury. Like, he was a point guard killer.
That's a question, actually, speaking of Hall of Fame. What about Steph?
Steph who?
Stephon Marbury. We're not talking about NBA.
He talking about Marbury.
Yes, he is. I think so, because when he was actually in the league, he didn't really have one bad year, like, in his prime.
No, he was the toughest point guard I've ever seen in life. Like, when I watched him play, I wanted to just run and throw myself against the cage or the con. I mean, that man used to just go. And it was always tough. It was always to the rack. He definitely, that's how I like to play ball. Physical, but, we'll give you some work. And it's just like, you're going to feel me playing. You're going to understand. Pause, that sounded crazy. You're going to understand that I'm coming straight at you. And, he was just like, he was just so strong. Like, he really, I guess that was just the Brooklyn in him. But wherever he went, he was just like, nah, I'm gonna put up these buckets. I'm gonna put my stats up. He put who I was just talking about, KG game up even a little, higher. Everywhere he went, he flourished, and
that's actually like, I'm partial to Stephan because I grew up. I went to Madison High School. He went to Lincoln, I'm sure. So I've seen him ball back in high school, like when he's in a high school gym. I was watching him ball, and me and him are like same age. So as far as the KG comparison, that's a shame. Man. That's two players that you wish they stayed together for more than just 2 years. Like whatever. That's a shame. I'm glad you brought that up, Marcel. But like I got this story about Stephan. you were talking about. So we, high school gyms. So like we were Madison High School versus Lincoln was playing, and at the time, Stefan had a squad with Jamil Thomas, Corey Valentine. Corey Valentine, by the way, went to Rutgers. He was a quarterback. It was a D1. Jamil Thomas, he plays for the Celtics. They were all on his squad. Like that was all Lincoln squad. So I remember Lincoln. What they used to do was a Coach Hart, I think. What was his name? But anyways, what they did is 1-3-1 zone. So our point guard, let's say our center was 6'3", and Steph is 6'3". So and our point guard was like 5'5", and I actually tried out for that team. So it was like a regular kid point guard, whatever. So I remember they used to literally stretch out Steph from top of the key to the half court line. All he did is stretch out his wings, and whenever point guard tried to get through, so like high school gyms, like the ceilings are super low, and they have those columns on the bottom, and like whatever. So all he did is like back to back possessions. All he did was try to come up. He by himself trapped the guard at half court. They tried to throw up the ball. The shit was just going up the ceiling and just bouncing off. Nobody could get through him. He was just so physically. Like high school wise, he was probably one of, like, I don't know. I haven't seen too many. I haven't seen Felipe Lopez play or whatever, like, or whatever his name is in high school. But like he was probably one of the most dominant high school players ever in New York City at very least. Just based on that.
That's what I'm saying. The physical aspect of him, I love because
he was a man. At 17, he was a man already. He's a man-sized player, man.
Yeah.
It's also funny you mentioned that as far as like New York high school players, because we also had Kenny Anderson on, and he was phenomenal in his own right, and shout out to Kenny for coming on.
Yeah, that was a big moment.
Kenny was. Yeah, Kenny and Derek Coleman together. Too bad that's another squad that was pre-super team. Too bad they didn't work out. Like, now that was the Super 3, by the way. Like Kenny, DC, and Drazen Petrovic.
Man,
if you remember, man.
Yeah.
If we talking about 3-point shooters, man, Drazen. That was pure. Right now, he would fit into this game right now, current NBA, perfectly. Like, it would just be ideal. He would be like dropping 35, right? Like easily.
All the screens they set now, what?
Oh yeah,
dude. Like, and especially there was no hand checking at the time. It was still hand checking. There was no illegal defenses, like all that stuff. Considering he would be dropping 10, like at least he probably would. Whatever Steph's numbers right now for threes, that would be like exactly the same thing. And he was bigger on top of that. So, by the way, is he in the Hall of Fame, Drazen?
I believe he is.
Anybody know? I didn't even check it out.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I'll check it out. But that's the one player that definitely should be in it if he's not. Hopefully he is. But yeah, Steph, just based on his high school career, like his NBA career was good, but then China just solidified his.
Oh yeah, yes. I think Steph's a Hall of Famer.
He deserves just based on that.
Sure. And plus his run with Phoenix and with the Nets and then all the way down to Phoenix, even with the Nets he was solid.
20-8.
Yeah. No, he was always putting up great numbers. He just didn't win that much, unfortunately. Not enough.
Ben Wallace.
Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah. Ben gotta go. I mean, he's anchor for that defense for so long. One of the best defensive players ever.
Ever.
He wasn't the biggest guy.
I was just about to say that. Wasn't the tallest.
He was like 6'9".
If Dennis Rodman is in the Hall of Fame, so is Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace.
That's the only thing. That's my only argument. Like, you know what? If Dennis is in it, then Ben was supposed to be in there, man. And he's got the chip, so.
Exactly. That Detroit team, man. I think Richard Hamilton's on the ballot too, man. And Chauncey. Those guys, one of the just best teams I've ever seen. They played a beautiful game of basketball when they came to team defense. Hamilton wasn't a slouch on defense. Billups wasn't either. Tayshaun Prince, that 5, man. You remember, was it one of the All-Star games? Larry Brown put that whole 5 in there on the whole 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
He shut it down. I'm just listen. Yeah, Ben got to be there, man.
Yeah, I mean, like again, based on my theory, top 5 position players, gotta have to be. He was a monster defensively, man. You don't want to get in there, man, at all. What about Rasheed?
Ball don't lie.
There you go, baby. Ball don't lie, baby. You gotta put him in there.
Ball don't lie. Yep. Hashtag ball don't lie, baby.
I don't know. I don't think Sheed's a Hall of Famer though.
He's
good. I don't think he's Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I don't think he's Hall of Fame worthy though.
Let me look at his number. Now I gotta look at his
You
numbers.
gotta look at his numbers.
Wait, hold on. And then after he left Detroit, he went to Portland and.
Yeah.
Portland was before.
Portland was before Detroit.
Yeah. When he was in Portland, he was all right, but when he went to he was even better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all don't agree?
You guys remember he was in the Hawks?
Yeah,
like a day.
I just came up on Google. I was like, Hawks? I was like, what?
So was Melo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he should do. Just being with that team, if they're putting the other players in there, I think you got to put him in.
Not based on the numbers, unfortunately. But he did win titles, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I don't think so.
Nah, he's not. Unfortunately, not. Probably not. If you look at it just based on his numbers, I mean, he was an impact player. He's really good at his whatever. His best numbers were on Detroit was what the hell was his 19-3, 19-2. That was back-to-back years. It was best years for shooting. I mean, if he didn't play in Detroit, maybe he could have averaged like 25. I don't know.
That's true.
If he didn't play on that team, like with Richard Hamilton and all Chauncey, etc., so it would be different. But still, it's a tough. Yeah, I mean, it's a thought. But if you look at his numbers, not at all. He did win chips. He won in Carolina. He won in NBA.
Yeah.
And actually, what's funny is he's actually coaching the local team here in Durham, North Carolina. Not far from the
That's
area
what his home
I live
nearby, right?
Yep.
Interesting.
So, are you guys? We had Selection Sunday this past weekend. You guys following the tournament, putting out any brackets?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't get mine done yet.
I'm gonna do mine, but once again, you know how I feel. If Duke's not in the tournament, I really don't care. But I'm gonna get into it.
You can't do your squad is Jake. Forget you, man. Your squad is out. You probably will.
I don't really care anyway. But I will follow it.
But that's the same reason why you don't you can't this Corona is altering all these. You can't pick not that you could pick a bracket in the first.
To me, it doesn't feel true because again, to Jake's defense, if Corona wasn't around, Duke could be right there to me.
Most likely.
Yeah, there's different squads. I mean, you look at football season, man, in college, same thing. It was just teams were coming out that you never heard of, colleges, top 25. What was it, Louisiana or whatever the hell teams were? I don't know.
Louisiana Lafayette.
I don't know, whatever. But it was teams that you never heard of, and that's all because it's a big thing. You lose a player or two on the team. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this year's bad.
Get bounced out. Your whole team doesn't play for just this season. It's different. You can't put too much stock in it, as far as who wins what. But I don't know. We'll see who's. I don't even know who's the favorite in NCAA's this year.
I mean, I think it's wide open, man. You can't really say it's a favorite because
see what I mean? At this point in time, usually you would be like, there's this, you don't even know. We don't even know. Sports
no
fans.
Kentucky.
This year is not like that. It's just kind of anybody could beat anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Right now, so a couple of the seeds, Gonzaga, Illinois, they're the number one seeds. We're gonna have another episode on Friday. Try to break all that down with our good friend Lucas. So hopefully, if you haven't filled out your bracket, maybe we can help you fill it out. Do some other things.
I'll look into it. I mean, I got some time. I'm home.
See what happens. But so man, when was the last time you played ball, man?
Oh man, it's funny you asked that. I was just speaking to a friend of mine. Let me say maybe a week ago. Was it last week? It was last week. The weather's starting to break here in North Carolina. And it was last week, and it was one of them days where it was maybe 70 degrees. And I seen a basketball kind of off into the cut, and I was like, I need to play ball. But I would love to play ball again. It's just Corona, got everything. None of the gyms are really open. you can't be in a certain area, the park. One point, they took the goals down, the rims, they took them off the backboard.
Yeah, they did the same thing in New York, everything else. Like, but this time last year, you couldn't play ball anywhere right now in New York.
Yeah, so it's tough, but I would love to, I got a bunch of damn ball kicks with still some good rubber on the bottom. I'm waiting to scrape somebody, 2020 has been, kind of I think the last time I actually played was I took my youngest son. We went to it was like a gym, like a private little gym, and they had an indoor court. We went in there and shot around, did some drills. But yeah, it's been tough, man. Corona got everything kind of shut down. Now we're starting to open back up, though.
Nats game is pretty good right now, by the way. They're losing by 5.
Good. Oh, I'm sorry. Sabonis, put 30 on him. I need them points.
Sabonis just made a sick pass too, man. Sorry.
Nah, but it's just crazy, man. Just thinking back to just us on 166. Marcel, they always had the super teams. They were kind of like the Warriors. Dane, that's what it was. And we finally got y'all one time. We were so hyped. We were jumping around.
Yeah, that's celebrating. That's funny you said that because we always tried.
Always.
Smash y'all. We,
every
we
single
always
time.
try to smash y'all. But that's every sport. We always, Dane, he played football, but he didn't really play football.
Yeah,
I was more the football guy. But basketball we all played, and those were the good old days, man. Growing up and really being outside.
Oh yeah.
That's funny you said that, boy.
And he had his Tezzy walk.
We used to always try to have that super squad we gonna kill him.
Oh man, we got it done now.
Hopefully this spring we get some. We can actually play in another month or so. Should be nice.
All right.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely looking forward to playing. As I said, I was just saying that, and this summer I got to get back into it because that's something we always did. Play
you
ball.
And everybody, man. Trust me. We all want to go back out there, man.
Yeah, man. This has been, really good catching up. Good stuff here. Good nostalgia. This will, guess we'll end it here. And if you guys have any parting words for the audience, it's been real good having you on, catching up. You got to say anything on your mind, Marcel?
I'm good. I appreciate the opportunity. You guys, salute to you guys. Keep pushing forward. And it was good to meet you, Steve. Next time I come home, we definitely all gonna link up. Hopefully, Corona free, and we can maybe go around and shoot some hoops or something. But it was good to see you guys, and good to talk to you. Jake, keep taking care of your family. Leon, keep doing your thing.
You too, man.
And Steve, many blessings to you. I appreciate you guys.
You too, brother.
Thank you.
Anytime we want to talk sports, let me know.
Oh yeah. Believe that.
Steve, always good having you on, bro. Any point words for the audience?
Fellas. I mean, the only thing I gotta say is whoever's watching it out there, man, tell your friends. Gotta watch this podcast, man. This is if you love sports, this is the podcast for you guys, man. Let's make it happen, man. You guys want to be the whoever you are. You want to tell them I saw these guys before they made it big.
There you go.
It'll be big, man. I promise. You just gotta talk yourself into it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, thank you so much for having me, guys. Marcel, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise,
and
brother.
I appreciate the opportunity. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
No doubt. Jake, any parting words, bro?
Of course, my guys, Steve, fellow Knicks fans, we here in New York forever. You know what that is all about. Thank you guys for coming on. Like I said, Steve, one of my bros. Especially when you move, we got to do an episode from Florida. We're gonna be doing that. I got that in the back of my mind. So we're gonna be chilling at Duffy's. We're gonna get that going.
I'm about to go to Miami again next week, man.
There you go. But Marcel, thank you for coming on, my brother. I see you doing big things. Trust me, I see everything. Take care of your kids, doing a great job. It's crazy to see how we in our 30s now. We're getting up there. It's wild.
I didn't think we was going to make it.
I'm with you. I'm with you there, but definitely thank you for coming on. That was big for you guys to come together and do this. Leon, I'll say it now. I got to plug the other guys. Check out our other podcasts. Dong City on Mondays. Tuesdays, you got the Audible. It's heavy now, so hopefully they'll come back, every Tuesday. Wednesday, you got the brothers. Well, every Wednesday. There you go. You got that. Thursday. There you go. Thursday, you got our guys, Corey Richmond and Jason Brooks. The Workshoot podcast. I ain't forget about it. And Fridays is open, but you'll see us Friday as we're going to be breaking down these brackets. And don't forget on Sunday, our guys, Felipe, Malicio, Sean, Connor, Flannery, with the Total Basis podcast. Don't miss any of them. You can catch us on YouTube, Anchor. Now, what are we on?
We're on iHeartRadio now.
iHeartRadio. We moving along. Just catch us everywhere, man. And thank you guys for coming on. And Leon, bring us home.
Yeah, I mean, Jets making moves, Jags making moves, Pats making moves. This is wild NFL season. Spring training here, WrestleMania season, playoff basketball. Bringing it home, man. And, thank you guys again for tuning in. And until next time, everybody, ball out.
Sure.